show, and we are very glad that you have actually stayed tuned, on our channel for so long. So summer is here, and one of the drinks that we all crave for, right, is something refreshing, something cool, something that is drank chilled. That's the important factor, right?
Very, very important.
So what we are actually doing today is sparkling sake battle.
Actually, depending on the type of sparkling sake, the lower end one, brewer just actually pump in the carbonic acid. So you can just turn it open.
Meaning it's a bit like soft drinks kind of.
Yeah, it's like a soda drink. So yeah. Then another type would be like a champagne. So you need to pop it. Previously, we actually tried the Nigori sparkling sake, and there were instructions telling us how to actually open it. So we actually need to open a bit, close it back, open a bit, close it back. Otherwise, the bubble, the drink will just
burst out and overflow like a volcanic eruption.
Yes,
erupt.
Because we actually wasted quite a fair bit of that precious sake.
But the most important thing to remember for a sparkling sake is to chill it. Correct, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So I read that most sparkling sake, the recommended temperature is actually 5 to 10. And most of them will actually recommend at 5. That means the lower of the range. Yeah.
And of course, don't shake the bottle before you open it.
I'm just wondering, will anybody really treat it like a champagne, pop it and then spray it all? I don't think so, right?
No.
Why not? Actually, I think if you are getting the pop one, you can actually replace that champagne with a sparkling sake.
That is true. Anyway, without much further ado, let's introduce our star of the show. Okay, the sake itself.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, the brand looks familiar.
Yeah.
Jozen from the Shirataki brewery, which is in Niigata. And in Niigata is well known for heavy snowfall. In terms of the SMV, is -12 actually. And the alcohol content actually is not too bad, it's 13.9%. And the rice polishing rate, the semi-boiled is actually 60% rice polishing.
Well, that looks interesting. What about yours?
Okay.
Come show.
So she got us a brand that we are familiar with.
Hey.
And then,
Kitaya!
yes, so I bought this. This is also a brand that we are familiar with, and also the brand that we actually like.
Yes.
So this is a Kitaya natural sparkling sake. The alcohol level is 12% and it's about 59% polished. They use a very special rice for this sake, which is called the吟no Sato. So this is a very special rice because it is grown by their contractor farm. So it's only used by them in Fukuoka. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm very, very excited about Kitaya. Kitaya sake particularly. Why? Because we went for a trip over at Fukuoka, and that was one of the best sake that we have had, which is kind of within the region.
Yes. And it's dry as well. And actually this one is also dry, but I'm just curious at how dry when they say dry, because Niigata is also famous for dry sakes.
Okay. So for this, there wasn't any information on the S&D value, and the information for this bottle of sake is actually very limited. I kept it to the range that we said, it's $47.
This bottle, because it's a smaller bottle, I must clarify, it's 360 ml, typically it's 720 ml. But if you work out the price, this is $22 I bought. It's probably about $45 for that size. So it's similar prices.
Okay, so I've noticed your one is corked.
Yes, I saw the ring, so it's a pop one.
Like the champagne.
Right. Okay, so make sure you follow our TikTok, and to find out exactly how to open or safely open a bottle like this. Okay, so follow our TikTok. Okay, so let's try.
Let's go! Yeah.
So we're gonna try the first one first from the red corner. Okay, so gambai. Let's just try.
Cheers.
So I've tried this. The bubble is actually quite big among all those that we have tried. This is a bit bigger. The taste and the aroma is actually quite Jumai. So to me, there is a lot of the ricey taste and smell, and that is something that I believe you will really enjoy and like. Well, the SME value was 12, minus 12,
Minus
right?
12, yes.
It actually isn't that sweet and it's actually quite dry and yeah, and it has a bit of the burning hot sensation around my throat right now.
Okay, long finish.
I'm not too sure if I'm actually affected by the brown, but actually I thought I tasted a bit of chocolate. Do you guys get that taste?
It's
kind
like
of in the
a
middle.
caramel feel.
Yeah. It's definitely very, very refreshing. I love the taste. You know, it's just that I don't know. Maybe it's just a little bit dry at the back for me. But I suspect it's probably going to go quite well with. Yeah, repairing lah. You know, I, not just to consume it on its own, but yeah, probably have a little bit of snacks. I know, and you drink, have a chit chat. You know, and I think it's actually quite a nice sparkling.
I find that the bubbles are quite big, so it has the good style champagne kind of feeling, and the taste-wise is quite dry actually.
Yeah.
But you do feel a bit of a longer finish because, like you said, it's a bit warm. Taste-wise, I actually tasted is a little bit more fruity at some point. I think this is a little bit complex actually.
Yeah.
There's fruitiness. I thought of pear and melon for a moment, and then after that, I thought it has a kind of okay chocolatey aftertaste at some point as well. So it's a very interesting flavor, but I do like it because even all that flavors, right, is still very refreshing.
Okay, so we've tried this one. Now let's move on to the blue corner.
Yeah, to my Kitaya natural sparkling
Yes,
sake.
exciting.
Goodbye.
Wow, check this out.
Oh, I like this one a lot. It has that barley taste.
Yes, it's the very witty, ricey.
Wow. This one I don't know how to describe. I think it's just I one person can finish one bottle kind of.
It felt
Oh
like
no, is this like a premonition to the results? Honestly, on the first taste, right, this one, aside from the barley taste, you know, that there's a certain softness to it, right, as compared to this one. This one is very refreshing, okay? But this one, right, it's not screaming that I am a sparkling, I'm not a champagne kind of thing, you know, it doesn't scream that, even though it is also very refreshing. Yeah, so thumbs up for that lah.
I actually quite like the taste. It's a little bit special, not your typical sparkling sake or sparkling drink. And if I'm not wrong, at the end of it, I actually tasted a little bit of a different flavor, like a slight nutty flavor, slightly.
okay. I've never had too much vocab for the taste because probably my taste bud is not that sensitive. But what you described it right is actually what the brewer has actually kind of stated. It has a very rich first taste, but then because it's Kitaya, the aftertaste is always a very crisp and slight dry, and it tastes a bit like nigori to me. So to me, it's also very ricey. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I said, you see, it looks a bit
Yes.
cloudy in the
Yeah.
texture, the clarity, right?
And the bubble is actually quite big too. Like it's quite similar to the previous bottle.
Yeah,
so
it fizzles out quite fast because
it's,
big bubble.
it's really different from what we have
Yeah.
previously tried. Yeah, and both of them are not too sweet.
On the first taste, I would think, right, this is a bottle which you can really just drink off the bat. You know, you just open, you drink, you know, you don't really need like
Any food pairing?
finger food, you know, toast, you know, it's a great drink.
Yeah.
But whereas this one, it probably needs a little bit more of accompaniment, you know, of snacks and things like that. So, but of course, we have our food pairing later lah. We will try.
Yeah.
But overall, enjoyable.
Starters drink, can even, beginning of a party,
Yeah.
this one. Yeah.
And I don't think this one is restricted to any particular category of drinkers. I think this is really an all-rounder.
And you guys are spot on again because this the brewer has actually said this is a good drink as an aperitif.
Right.
I cannot wait to try with food. So let's bottoms up and let's.
I already bottoms up. What are you talking about?
And And we are back with our special edition for the sparkling sake bento. Wow, today's bento a bit different. Usually I prepare the standard fare, right? But now it's the fusion, a bit more style.
More Western, yes.
Okay, hungry already? So let's start with this side first. Okay, let's go.
Corner.
No, you're looking a bit weird because you don't seem to have formed any opinion.
Yeah, I'm very worried.
And we have just tried food pairing with this sake from the red corner.
Jozen.
Wow, as expected, wow, matches very well. The thing is, okay, the food that has been prepared today, right, it's mostly what I thought would appear on a party. Right, pizza, fried stuff, chicken, ham, that kind of thing. And the sake really complements and really supports the food without overtaking the flavor. And I like that very much because at the end of the day, you're actually having some nice food, but you're also having a very chill drink. Wow, perfect match.
I felt that it goes particularly well in enhancing the yakitori, the chicken skewer. I don't know, the flavor of the charcoal smell comes out suddenly. It's like, wow, that's amazing. Yeah, but of course with the other items like the French fries, the pizza, the salad with sesame dressing, light dressing, and even the Parma ham, it still goes really well. I'm very pleased with my selection today.
Okay. So for me, one word came out repeatedly with after I pair it with different food. Consistency. This sparkling sake is very consistent. Yeah. So it doesn't overwhelm or overpower the taste of the food. I taste the food, I taste the sake, and they complement very well. Yeah.
I mean, I like it for the fact that when you do the first taste, there's that certain sort of dry finish, right? But when it actually comes out to the food, the dry finish is actually overtaken by the
yes,
food.
you're right.
Yeah. So I think it's a really nice drink, to have, when you're in a small party setting. But for huge party setting, I'm not too sure because
the bottle is too small.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it only comes in this size, okay? I wanted more, but we don't have it.
But more than that is, I think people will want a bit more kick, because in a small setting, you probably have more conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
So you want to force people to get high and drunk first, then the...
No, it's not that, but it's just a case where, in a big party setting, everybody's just kind of like, mindlessly drinking. But in a small intimate setting, there's more of that conversation, so I think it's a good pairing.
It's a small bottle, each person one bottle lah, right? Just put in front and then you just pour yourself DIY,
Okay.
So let's move on to the next sake and we'll see how it performs, okay?
Okay, I haven't
let's do
finished
it.
your...
Goodbye. Okay, so we've just tried with the Blue Corners bottle. So what do you guys think?
Wow, I must say I am impressed. All the food that I've tasted here, similarly, I find that the pairing is very good. Maybe one difference is quite obvious, is this one felt a lot drier, the aftertaste when you drink after the food. It's still okay, it doesn't really bother me. It's just that the taste is drier and you just feel it. And maybe there's one more distinct difference is that I find that certain food, it may bring out a little bit more sweetness, umami from the food.
So when I first tasted, before I actually tried with the food, right, I finally understand what I tasted previously when we do the first try. It was the yogurty taste. Yeah. And when it paired with the food, same like her, impressed. And very similar to the first bottle.
Yeah.
It's very consistent. And then because of the dryness that she described, it actually felt that the alcohol content was high. So I actually doubt myself whether what I said earlier was correct.
Yeah.
Okay, it's only 12%.
Whereas this is 13.9%, which
Yes.
is higher.
So
But this one felt like it's higher.
Yes. And I like it when it tastes with more grilled food, barbecue, pizza, the charcoal, they complement really well.
I actually had a slight minty taste right at the end.
Minty?
I didn't notice
I
the minty.
didn't notice.
Okay, it could be my imagination, I don't know. It actually finishes off very, very refreshing.
Oh.
So it could be, yeah, like you said, it could be that certain dry taste, aftertaste, you know.
Right.
So maybe I was kind of imagining the mintiness of it, you know, but it is just an extremely beautiful finish. And I would still think, you know, these are really, really great party drinks, you know,
Yes.
where you really have like quick, small bites.
Yes.
Yes.
Based on the comments so far, right, it seems we already have a winner.
Hello. What do you mean?
Really?
Hey, no man? Okay, so let's shoot for a decision.
Yeah.
Let's go. So we are back with a decision. Okay, so please remember the criteria are really based on our own personal preferences. And today I think lah, okay, the choice quite obvious lah. What do you guys think, man?
It's not really obvious to me.
Everybody's got different taste
Yeah.
preference, so
Yeah.
it's a hard fight. That's all I can
Yeah.
say. Sparkling sake somehow is just different. I think it's more umami. It has more flavor that is very smooth and very easy to drink.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too dangerous, you know, when it's easy to drink. You can never have enough of it, okay?
So she added something, so I want to add something too. After opening and capping and reopen to pour, right, there's still a lot of bubbles and gas. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, never mind. Let's shoot for a decision. Okay, stand by on 3.
Wow.
Hey, hello, you're supposed to have made out your mind, come on. Ready? Okay, drum roll, on 3, 2, 1, go! Chan Chan, who won?
Wow, I'm actually surprised you chose the because you have been giving so much compliments about the other blue bottle.
Okay.
May I start first?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
let's hear.
so I was really torn between these two bottles because the initial taste and even with food pairing, they are all very consistent and the taste is very similar in a way. Why I chose that? Because it's more about elimination. There is something about this bottle that I didn't quite like, which is the yogurty taste.
Oh,
And it was quite prominent when it, especially when it comes to pairing with food.
This one has a very, like you said, a very consistent sort of like a support for the food, which I truly enjoyed. This one, on the other hand, has that certain refreshing sort of spirit to it, but it falls a little bit short on the fact that it sort of covered the food a little bit. Okay, clarify. I know I've always said that I love flavors, okay? But this flavor that covered, right, was not an extremely pleasant one. It is still pleasant, but it's not very pleasant. So like you said, you know, it's that certain yogurty sort of like a cover over it. So yeah, this one became my choice.
Which is what the brewer has described it as a rich and slightly sweet. Well, it's a balance between the sweetness and the acidic taste.
Yeah, but it's not to say that this is a bad bottle. It is actually a very enjoyable
It's
bottle.
a very hard choice actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my conclusion is this could actually be quite well for beginners to intermediate, and this one intermediate to slightly a little bit above.
Yeah.
Right.
I can see on her face just now she expected her to lose.
Hey, hello. I was pleasantly surprised because I personally love both bottles because I will drink them for different pairings. And of course, this is the anytime bottle. You know, with or without food, you know, it's fine. You know, it's very stable, very simple, straightforward. With this one, it has the umami side of it, which is like they explained, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of acidity, a little bit of yogurty. I do like the slightly acidic taste. But whereas they probably don't prefer that. So I like them both for that reason, but I'm very, very pleasantly surprised because I didn't expect sparkling sake to be like this good.
Yes.
For these two bottles, you're drinking alcohol with bubbles.
Value for money, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little story. Just prior to this, right, we actually did try one sparkling when we were actually having hot pot, right? Remember?
Yes.
And that was a very, very big pleasant surprise as
Yes.
well because we were having the traditional hot pot, with a bit of mala. And it was spicy, it was just ma, right? But the thing was, somehow sparkling sake kind of made it quite appetizing.
Yes.
Which was quite strange to me because I have never imagined a sparkling to actually go well with spiciness.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Just to add on also, you have to understand this bottle is actually carbonated, means it's actually pumped. This one is not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, this is a natural
Fermentation.
sparkling.
Yeah, so there is a very, very huge difference
Yeah.
in terms of its taste, its texture. So just be aware that when you buy, to actually read the label and actually, I think we should still encourage you to try both.
Yeah.
To actually get a sense of what is the difference. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so for those who have actually tried, please leave us your comments and let us know, if there's anything else we should actually be pairing it with. And follow us on our own IGs here, okay? And then also follow us on our TikTok channel, which we are not really active at the moment.
You'll
Okay.
be active after this video.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
says he. Anything else you guys want to add for today's?
I think I can have another bottle of either one. It was so good.
Yeah, already lah.
I think it's really enjoy sake, enjoy the time.
Yes.
Okay, so till next time, this has been the Sake
Shut
Wow. Yeah.
That was
Yeah, sparkling.
Till
Till next time, this is the Sake Shootout. Woo!